So I redid my seed experiments using the structured water and the primer bowl, like I showed you a few videos back. So in this experimental setup, we've got this structured water device where you pour the water in here. It spins around this cylinder here, and then it spins around. There's a bowl, actually a copper color bowl in here that prevents the water from touching the primer bowl. Okay, and the water spins around here and comes out here into a container. So this time what I did was I took the tap water and put it into 2 cups, and with an open top with no lid, and I let the 2 glasses of water sit out for about a week. Okay, so I went on vacation, I put these out, went on vacation. When I came back, I restarted this seed experiment. So the reason I did this was because in my last experiment, I watered the tap water seeds right out of the tap, but I watered the structured water seeds out of a glass where that had been sitting out for the whole duration of the experiment. So at the beginning of the experiment, it was tap water, but by the end of the experiment, about 8 days later, the water had had plenty of time to outgas. So I wanted to make sure it wasn't the outgassing that was causing the difference in the seed growth. So here are the results of the experiment. I didn't take pictures all the way through because I wasn't seeing any differences, and this is, about a week later, 7 days later. Here we have the growth, and now I cannot tell the difference between the structured water, okay, which is the treated water, which is the one on the left, and the tap water, which instead of taking straight from the tap, I used the outgassed water that I did, both for the same amount of time. Okay, so now I'm not seeing any difference in color or in growth. They both look exactly the same. I tasted them both, and they also both taste exactly the same. So this is the treated water here. Okay, I labeled each one so I wouldn't forget. And this is the tap water here, and I really cannot see any difference between these two plant containers. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at the roots. I have a look at the roots, and the treated water roots look like this, and the tap water roots look like this. Now, interestingly, this time the tap water roots actually look better than the treated water roots. Now, for some reason, the treated water roots look a little darker. They look a little darker. I'm not really sure why. These ones look a little brighter. These ones look a little darker. The tap water, outgassed tap water, looks better. The roots look better for some reason. I don't know why, but that is how my experiment turned out. And so what I'm speculating here is that it is the outgassing of the water that is causing the difference between the tap water right out of the tap and the tap water that has been outgassed. So the tap water that has been outgassed seems to be producing better results actually than the treated water, and or very similar results when you look at the plants themselves. Okay, so I'm speculating, I'm hypothesizing that the outgassing of the water is what caused the difference in the first experiment, where I actually did see a big difference in growth between the treated water and the tap water. So I asked Omega Z about this, and he told me that when he does his experiments, he takes the water right out of the tap for the tap water, and he takes the water right out of the tap and then structures it right on the spot and then uses that in his experiment. Okay, so here is what I am speculating. I'm speculating that the structuring device that causes the water to spiral down here and has to spiral in here and come out here, that what that is doing is that is speeding up the outgassing of the water. So I asked ChatGPT the question, how long does it take chlorine gas to outgas from tap water? Now, please don't get mad at me for using ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a wonderful tool for answering questions just like this. So it is not really good for answering questions, maybe even mathematical questions, because sometimes it gets it wrong. But for this kind of thing, this is a good tool to use to get a quick answer to this kind of question, a nice, neat, and tidy, well-written answer. Okay, so the time it takes for chlorine to outgas from tap water depends on several factors, including the temperature of the water, the surface area exposed to the air, and whether the water is stirred or agitated. Okay, so the temperature, the surface area exposed to the air, and or the agitation of the water. Okay, so this is where I think the water structuring device is agitating the water and increasing the surface area, causing the water to outgas on the spot much faster than it normally would under normal circumstances. So typical outgassing times. So without agitation in a typical setting and water is left standing in the open container, the chlorine can take about 24 to 48 hours to evaporate completely. Okay, so with agitation, it's just a few hours, and boiling also can do, changing the temperature like boiling can also cause the outgassing to happen much quicker. Okay, so it's my feeling, or I am speculating, I am hypothesizing that the structuring device itself is agitating the water by creating the vortex. It is spinning the water, it's agitating the water, causing the chlorine gas to outgas much faster than it would with the water just sitting out. And so this exactly would explain why taking water out of the tap and not passing it through the device would create worse results for the seeds and the plants than using the structured device, because the structuring device would cause much of, maybe not 100% of, but a great deal more of the chlorine gas to outgas from the water. Okay, and so again, I didn't see much difference in the growth of the seeds with the structured water compared to the tap water, but I did see a little bit of difference in the roots for some reason. The tap water that wasn't passed through the device, the roots actually look a little bit better than the roots in the structured water, and I'm not really sure why. So that is my experiment. Now I would like to try the resonator, the pancake coil sine wave at 528 hertz. So I did build myself a pancake coil, and I bought, as I told you last time, I bought the signal generator and a cute little oscilloscope so I could see the quality of the sine wave. And so I'm going to try that. I don't have an audio amplifier handy that's not already hooked up to a stereo. Maybe I'll just take the one that's hooked up to the stereo and use that. And then, but I also speculate that that also causes outgassing. So if there is a difference between the seeds from the tap and the seeds from the resonator, that could also be outgassing, because I remember Omega Z saying that he saw bubbles, gas bubbles on the side of the glass I don't have his video handy, but he was seeing bubbles, gas bubbles on the side of the glass forming, which would be an indicator of outgassing of some sort. Okay, so if I do that experiment, if and when I do that experiment, I will definitely make a video about it and show you my results. Thank you very much and have a good day.